What's up guys, before we get into today's exciting video, I want to give a quick shout out to a brand I've been working with these last weeks, Honey Plus. If you guys have seen me compete these last years, you've seen I always have honey with me. For me, it's just the best fuel source you can get, especially something that's easy on the stomach and all natural. Honey Plus, it just takes honey to a new level. Their honey is organic and glyphosate free, they enrich it with the cleanest electrolyte, and you can choose the caffeine version, like I take myself, or the caffeine free version. Check them out, the link in the bio, and use the code HANAKJA at checkout for a 10% discount. Enjoy the video, guys.
Hey guys, we are back with a new episode covering my club, Borussia Düsseldorf, road to the Final Four in European Champions League. The Champions League is a knockout tournament of the best clubs in Europe. Unlike the German Cup, we faced each team both home and away, which does decrease the chance of upsets happening. Notably, the fifth and final set of each singles match is only the 6 points with no deuce. It is 5 singles matches, unlike the Bundesliga, which has doubles as the fifth match. For myself, this is my first season being part of this event, as my former clubs were not registered in the league. We started in the last 16 against the Spanish team Real Club Cajasur Priego. They are the strongest team in the Spanish league and actually have an extensive amount of players signed to the club, making it difficult to prepare since we didn't know who would be lined up among them. I was lined up on position 3 and faced former Spanish national team member Carlos Machado. Carlos has a tricky hook serve and likes to backhand punch a lot, something not seen much nowadays with the younger generation of players. We actually had a very tight encounter in the 2018 World Championships, where I narrowly took it 3 games to 2. However, this time around, with myself probably being a bit improved and Machado being a bit older, I could take the match in straight sets. And we took the team match 3-0. With the Champions League format, we only needed 2 matches in the second leg at home to take the victory. I once again faced Machado in the third match with a team match score at 1 apiece. I took the match again in straight sets, and we were through to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals was to be an all-German affair, facing off against Post SV Mullhausen. We are the favorites normally, however, this time would be different, as former China national team member and world number 2, the Dark Knight, Lin Gaoyan, would be joining them. I actually did not prepare much at all tactically, as I had a slight injury in my heel the day before and was mainly focusing on recovering and potentially playing 1 match on position 3. Sometimes though, the best preparation for a match is to focus on bringing your best self and feel the game naturally as it comes. I had a general idea of Lin's style, having watched him a lot through the years. I felt really sharp from the beginning, both mentally and physically. I took the first set 11-9 with some exciting rallies and big shots happening. I would say I surprised myself even with being able to keep up with Lin Gaoyan's incredible speed and power. My service was also incredibly precise and on point, and I was trying to make him receive more with short forehand, as I knew he wasn't as comfortable from there. I managed to narrowly take the second set as well, and felt myself not only leveling Lin, but actually having the small edge on him. I hit a really good flow state, and everything just felt to be going perfectly, physically and mentally. I led 9-6 in the third set and felt myself tasting the victory. I missed a crucial backhand and ended up dropping the set. I felt the match become much more even after that, as Lin also gained confidence to take the set. Lin started to change his serve, utilizing the flat serve more often, instead of the normal pendulum or reverse pendulum he did early in the match. I struggled to receive the flat serve, and it put more pressure on myself to convert points on my own serve. In high-level matches can turn quickly with even small changes in tactics or changes in serves and receives. Table tennis is all about being able to adjust quickly to what is happening, and that trait is something that separates the best from the rest. It's also important to train every technique and technical aspect of the game so that you can have confidence in match to trust those shots under pressure. Even struggling to receive, the fourth set was still extremely tight. I did feel the momentum slowly turning in his way, and he was also building confidence as he took the fourth set. However, I knew the fifth set would only be the 6 points, and that could really go either way. He hit a good reloop to start the set, but I told myself to stay calm and responded with a good flat serve and third ball attack to level it. I opted to take a risk at 1-1 on the receive with the forehand flick, but it did not pay off. After missing it, I told myself to just push long, as I couldn't see his flat serve well, and even if the long push gives him the advantage, at least he will have to work for the point. The forehand flick or backhand banana, as well as the drop shot, did feel slightly risky to me, and I knew I couldn't afford to give away any free points or take unnecessary risks at this point in the match. The decision paid off well, and I took the next 2 points on receive with some great answers to a strong backhand opening. I think the receives made the crucial difference in the fifth set and what led me to the victory. I was really happy, not just for the win against such an amazing player like Lin, mostly for the level I performed at during the match. There is occasions when playing against amazing players that you feel you won the match, but perhaps it just wasn't their day and they weren't playing at their normal level. But I did feel today Lin was playing at a high level and I managed to match him. The second leg at home was played about a month later and it did feel slightly more subdued. Mullhausen was struggling with injuries on their side and also decided not to spend the extra money to bring Lin Gaoyan again. I guess they felt the risk was high since they had to win at least 3-1 and perhaps didn't believe the expense was worth it for the club. This of course is just my guess from the outside. Although we only needed 2 matches, it was very important to stay tight, especially since we knew Mullhausen had nothing to lose and could play freely. They only had 2 Bundesliga players lined up today, Ovidio Ionescu and Kai Stumper. I faced off against Ovidio with the team match 1-0 and a chance to finish this quarterfinals. Ovidio has a very aggressive style, trying to use his forehand more and has an aggressive forehand flick on his third ball. I started off very slow, reacting more to what Ovi was doing. On a separate note, in relation to this match, but not about this match particularly, an advice against players with an aggressive style is that you have to play decisive yourself, or else the opponent will impose his style on the match and will dictate the course of the points. Aggressive players want the point to be decided on their own terms, generally going for strong shots and winning or losing the point depending on if their shot goes on. When playing against very aggressive players who tend to take risks, I let myself accept that my opponent will hit some great shots and there won't be much I can do about it. I stay focused on my game and controlling the aspects I can control and trying to win the small points, which will most likely be more often than the big shots. When the opponent is hitting some big shots, it's important to not get impressed by it and start to play more passively in the hopes of them missing more. Also keep in mind that it's very unlikely that an aggressive opponent on a hot streak and hitting high-risk shots on the table will be able to maintain that level throughout a full match. Generally, as the match gets longer and closer, they will start to miss more. But anyway, back to the Ovi match. I won some quick points in the second set and took it comfortably. The third set was very important, especially confidence-wise. The set was a bit dicey. I felt I was a stronger player, but was playing a bit tight and tentative, also due to Ovi's aggressive style. I forced myself to stay calm and composed and trust my shots. I played better in the second half of the set and took it 11-7. From there, I felt much more relaxed going into the fourth set and then started to play more freely. I took the match 3-1 and Borussia Düsseldorf was through to the Champions League semi-finals. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today, recapping my team's journey to the semi-finals. The semis and finals of the Champions League is played in a Final Four format this season, meaning the semis and finals will be over a single weekend. The semis will be played on May 16 and the finals will be on May 17, held in Saarbrücken in the Saarland Halle. We have a tough task ahead of us, facing Nims Montpellier in the semis, the team led by the famous brothers Felix and Alexei Lebrun. I'd highly recommend you getting tickets for this event, and if not, make sure to catch live on the ETT website. The superstar team of Saarbrücken will be in the other semifinals, led by the one and only Fanzen Dong, as well as Truls Morgard and Patrick Franziska Darko Jorgic. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested for me recapping my playoff experience in the Champions League and Bundesliga. I got a lot of excitement coming your way. Make sure to smash that like button and be subscribed to not miss future videos.